Hello YouTube, it's Katie and welcome to another episode of my vlogs. Today we are doing my last week before finals. Next week are finals. I've been doing this, like I filmed last week where I was working a lot towards finals. I guess I'm doing a little mini series of like, you know, the finals shuffle. I'm probably going to end up uploading these videos after finals are already said and done. I don't know. But like I got a lot of work to do right now, so editing a video isn't really... It's not really in the schedule. Today is Thursday, my last day of classes for the week, and my first day of homework for the week. So I did do a little bit of homework during the week, but when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. So I've got a lot to finish this weekend. My project for my Drawing 2 class needs to get done. My motion graphics project, we finished that last week. My project for my computer applications and art class needs to get done. For French, I have 2 tests left, 2 essays left, and an interview. And for my geology class, I just have to do one more like PowerPoint of reading, which should be quick. I'm going to do that today, and then take art final test. So it's mostly going to be drawing too. But anyways, it's Thursday, it's 7:02, I need to go get breakfast and get this day going. I've actually been talking to myself in the car for quite a while now, so it's only appropriate that I started to film a video. But I'm going to see Infinity War on Friday night, and I've just been thinking about it. I obviously can't put any spoilers because I haven't seen it yet, but I've just been thinking about it, and, you know, I've heard both theories, that they're going to bring all the characters back, and that they're not going to bring all the characters back. I personally think that they're going to defeat Thanos, get the time stone, reverse time, and fix everything. That's what I think, and I think that because Doctor Strange in Infinity War was like, this is the only way. When he like gave up the time stone or whatever he had, when he gave up his stone, he was like, this is the only way. So I think Doctor Strange knew they could succeed in the end if they did it this way for whatever reason. Like, you know, they just gotta sacrifice half of all existence for a second. And can we talk about that for a second? Okay, so half of everything in the universe ceases to exist. I want to know, like, is this just every animal? Or are plants included? Like, is half the grass gone? Are half the mosquitoes gone? Like, are we at that level? And then, like, did the snap account for things that died because of the snap? Like, for example, in the end credits scene in Infinity War, a guy was driving a helicopter, then he ceased to exist, then said helicopter crashed into a building. The people that died because of that helicopter crash, are they included in the snap as half the population, like they're going to take care of themselves, or are they just like extra residual deaths? The thing I would really like to see is how humanity is handling this, like how they look at the Avengers now that they've failed in such a massive way, and also how they're putting society back together. Because I was thinking about, like, what if this happened to me in our world? And like at the time I worked at a daycare, so I was like, what if like one of the kids, you know, both their parents or their single parent or whatever ceased to exist? Then, you know, we would be closing up, and there would be kids who nobody's coming to pick them up because they just don't exist, and there would be parents coming to pick up their kids and they don't exist. So we would probably have to like do something with the extra kids, like send them home with the parents who have no kid, or like take them home ourselves, or send them to an orphanage. And then like the parents, like, that is freaking rough. Sis, that is so annoying. So it's just like a step-by-step guide of what to do, and you have to follow everything exactly. And they're each so long, like 30 and 40 pages each, but I think I'm like half done with this, so. right now for some reason. There's nowhere that's quiet. Like I'm seeing, I think, a foam pit. Yes, yes, that's the foam party. I'm hearing music, I see foam. But I got finals, so I got closer than I thought I would to finishing my computer applications project in class. So I'm excited about that. Just heated up my food. I'm going to the library now to do, I think I'm going to go ahead and do my French test. I typically save, it's an online class, so I typically save my tests for the weekend. But I think I'm going to do it now because I have a lot to do over the weekend and I need to stop being scared of it, and I still have the essay portion of the test that's separate that I think I'm going to go ahead and study for that today. So do the test, study for the essay portion of the test. Well, okay, study, test, study for the essay portion, and then work on finishing my computer apps project. My mom just dressed me out, so I've just been sitting here for 30 minutes rather than doing anything I said I was going to do. But I'm going to take the test at some point. I just need to get over it, I guess. Good morning. It's Friday. I don't have classes on Friday. So last night, I didn't end up taking my test. Instead, I finished about 80% of what I have to do for computer applications and art. And I wrote my thematic statement for drawing too. So I really feel like I didn't do much, but I'm stressed out, okay? I don't think I want to get into what stressed me out because it's not really fair. Like, I feel like it's not the kind of thing that would stress anybody out, or it's something that a lot of you guys already deal with, so I feel like I just don't feel like complaining about it. But I don't feel good this morning, which is a typical occurrence for me. I usually don't feel good in the mornings. So, I have a list of 20 positive affirmations that I like to say to myself on particularly bad mornings. I'll read them off while looking at myself in the mirror, and I smile as I say each one to release, whatever the happiness hormone is, that releases when you smile. So if I smile 20 times and say these nice things to myself, sometimes it makes me feel a little better. I've got a lot going on the beginning of May, just as I did for all of April, and the dates kind of confuse me, so I'm going to do another key dates spread. I don't really show you guys my journal stuff because I can't figure out how to film it, but I don't have a theme picked out for April yet, for May yet, so I'm just going to stick with what I did for April. Yeah, so for April I struggled to pick a theme, so I just copied Amaranda Rachel a little bit. Like, I thought of air balloons and I thought of red, but I didn't know what other colors to do, and she just did the colors around red, so I was like, fine. But I did this key dates sheet where I just went through everything I was doing and had a little box for finals. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing just for the beginning of May. I did really quickly, and as you can see, I have something every single day, except Monday the 6th and Sunday the 12th. I have I'll just go down the list, even though you can read. I'll read it to you. My finals for geography opens on Monday, it closes on Tuesday. It's an online final, so I can take it at any time. My motion graphics final is on Monday. I present for drawing too on Tuesday, but there's more for me to see on Thursday. We have 2 days of presentations. I also present for computer applications and art on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I want to do my French exam. That one's also online, the written portion, so I want to do that on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to be in Chattanooga celebrating my 1-year anniversary with my boyfriend, but also on Sunday, womp womp, I have to do my French interview final, which is, you know, the oral portion, which is, I hate that it's on Sunday in the middle of my trip, then I have a break Monday. On Tuesday, there's an animation film festival going on, like, for my school, and I'm an animation major, so I figure I should go and see what the first graduating class put together, because the major is pretty new at my school, so I want to see, like, what kind of work I'm gonna get into. And then I joined a club called, well, I'm a peer mentor, but it's under the umbrella club called Advanced Leader League, I know, but they have a training retreat, Wednesday to Friday, and then I have my mentor training individually, on Saturday, so I've got a trip that weekend, and then a trip the very next weekend, and then I get to breathe for a few seconds, and we'll see what else comes up in my life. Hello. You'll be pleased to find that I haven't started my homework yet at all. I spent the last hour and a half messing with Airbnb, trying to get a place for Chattanooga trip that we were planning, because the place I was gonna get got booked up, so I had to find a new place. And I made some mistakes. The mistakes were made. I'm tired of myself, honestly. I ended up booking a place that was more money than I intended on spending. That was non-refundable. And the reason I booked this place was because the place I wanted to get, that was like the price range I wanted and really nice and stuff, that place, like, I tried to book it, but then, like, as I was finishing up, Airbnb was like, this booking is no longer available. So I couldn't book it. The reason it was no longer available was because I booked it. So then, like, after I booked the non-refundable one, Airbnb emailed me and they're like, you have 2 bookings for the same days. And I was like, what do you mean? So that's cool. Watching Game Grumps. I'm feeling better about the Airbnb booking. I've been thinking about it, and I just, you know, the one we were gonna book, it was like a shared lot. Like, we would have had an apartment to ourselves, but like next door would have been like a house with a family staying in it. So we don't know those people. They might have irritated us and like messed up our trip. This one, we get a private place. It's really not that much more money, and I think it's still cute, so we'll be okay. Right now I'm just gonna like lay all my artworks out, look at them, see my progress, and just figure out where I need to go with this. I need to get to school early on presentation day and like cut this, use the paper cutter and cut this top bit off. And I'm not gonna show you guys all the artworks right now, I'm gonna do a video on that. I don't want to spoil it all. Oh my. Can we please get some. Okay. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my art board and my crappy lighting. I've been mad for the past, like, hour, and I've been definitely rolling around on the floor because none of the art I'm creating looks good, and I don't want to make art that looks bad. I finally figured out what I was doing with this series. It's a series of 10 works, by the way. I finally figured out what I was doing with this series, and I thought, like, oh, you know, I know what direction I'm going in. It's looking good. My artboard is shaking around. That's why the camera's moving. You're sitting on my artboard. Like, oh, this is looking good. You know, I'm gonna freaking get it. But then, like, I don't know, I just decided, like, oh, this is too, like, samey, let me do it this way instead, and now I just ruined it, and it looks bad, and the one that I created earlier looks bad, this one that I'm working on now, it was looking good, but then I decided to make her, hijab purple, and it looks bad, and tired of making art that looks like trash, you know? I need to get some work done before I go to Infinity War, or else I was about to say, or else I'm not going to be able to see my boyfriend tomorrow, but I know I'm not going to be able to see him tomorrow. I have way too much work to do, and I am absolutely playing a freaking joke on myself if I really think I'm going to go see him tomorrow. Like, I'm just tired of being mediocre. But I feel like that's my fate, you know, I'll never be able to escape just being like a piece of garbage, you know. I didn't get a lot done, but I'm heading now to the movie. Here's my outfit bed, wearing a dress, and like these boots. And I have an Avengers logo on my cheek. So this is gonna be fun. Stop what?
Yes, it's laminated.
Now you're hired. Try caramel M&M's.
Ow.
This is illegal, I'm gonna stop. It is Saturday, 4 p.m. My door just creaked itself open. I finished 8 out of 10 of the drawing 2 artworks that I have to do. So I still have to do the last 2. And unfortunately for me, the last 2 are the ones that I have the most work to do on. There's some Chinese here. I could eat this for lunch, but I haven't really eaten breakfast, so I'm in a breakfast mode, but it's 4 p.m. I think I'm just gonna eat the lunch. Maybe it's intended for dinner though. I don't know. Let's see what's in the fridge. Anyways, I'm about to eat, because it's 4 and I haven't eaten. And then I'm gonna work on the last 2 artworks. And I have to take photos of all my artwork. So I think I'm going to do that today as well. And I still have a lot of stuff to do. I should finish my vegetables. I have some celery and carrots. Let's finish this. I still have a lot of work to do for other classes. So drawing 2 is taking up most of my time, but I still haven't done my French test or my written exam. I have to photograph all my drawing 2 works. I have to finish these 2 works. I have to reprint my art statement. I have to get all my cards printed for computer applications and art. I have to make my packaging for computer applications and art. And I have 1 PowerPoint left to read for geography. I think those are my only immediate concerns. There is still studying I could be doing, but I do not have time for that right now. So all the stuff that I just named, except for geography and French, I have to do those by tomorrow, but the rest of it I have to have it done by Tuesday. I am in distress. So it's Sunday, 11:38. I woke up, laid in bed for half an hour, and got up. I decided to start my morning off with my French exam. My internet is finally functioning, so I can, do it. I also have to do my writing exam today, which I haven't studied or practiced for. So it's, oh, no. There goes that again. Guess I'm gonna have to either steal my dad's laptop, because his always works on the internet, or just go somewhere, like, with Wi-Fi. I really don't feel like leaving the house. I'm not really in the best mood right now, but I don't really have time for that, so I'm trying to just do the work. It is now 1:41. I finished my French exam, but I still have to do the essay portion. So I finished the exam and I studied for the essay portion, which was basically writing a practice essay. And now I'm eating lunch because I'm not hungry. My dad made turkey burgers, lettuce and tomato. I put cheese on the ends because there's no turkey, so I don't want to just eat lettuce. But yeah, I'm gonna eat lunch and then do the essay. And then I guess it's back to drawing 2 artwork. I wanted to show you guys, but I couldn't because of the way the essay is conducted, but I just did my French essay. And the way that it works is it opens up in a browser that you can't open anything else or close out of the browser, and it records you and it records your area to see if you have papers lying around, if you're reading off something, blah blah, to make sure you're not cheating. Well, here's the thing. It's a French exam, right? So I had to type, you know, like accents with my letters. But my international keyboard on my computer just decided to turn off. To turn it back on is pretty easy. I'm using the front camera, so I actually have no idea if you can see what I'm doing. Well, just to turn it back on is pretty easy. You just click here, and you click for the international keyboard, and then it's on. But because I had the little lockdown browser enabled, I couldn't do that. I couldn't click there, and I couldn't turn that on. So I basically, before my essay, typed a little message in English to my professor, like, listen, can't turn my international keyboard on. I'm going to type like the accent and then the letter, and it's not going to look right because it's not going to look right. But just know, I do know how to use these accents. I just can't do it because I can't turn my keyboard on because of this browser. So I probably just got like a bajillion points off because half my story was about bikes, vélo in French, and that word has an accent in it. So over and over again, I had to type a word that I couldn't type. I'm not in any kind of stress at all. Just gonna read this geography PowerPoint, go take pictures of my art, make some more art, and everything's gonna be fantastic. While taking all my art outside to photograph, I'm packaging it up. So like separating the stuff with like pastel or charcoal and like putting sheets in between each page so that they don't like, get charcoal or pastel all over everything else. Versus my stuff with watercolor, that's just gonna stay where it is. I'm just packing everything up and putting it into, can you see it from this angle? No? Yes, my old portfolio, which is bigger than my other portfolio and unused. So I'm using it to store my artwork right now rather than to transport artwork. So I'm just packing everything up and putting it there after I go outside the door and take photos.